Welcome once again here on the Regional Radio Sports Network. My name is Paul Condry. I'm the president and founder of Regional Radio Sports. Glad to join you here today from the File Center here at Holy Cross College in Notre Dame, Indiana. It's Holy Cross Women's and Men's Basketball Media Day as we go to our second part. We're glad to have two young ladies who grew up here locally and have had sensational high school careers at nearby Penn High School. Grace Adams joining us. She is on my far right, and next to me is Jordyn Smith. And both these young ladies had played under one of the most terrific players and coaches I've ever been around, and Christy Kineski. I had a chance to do Christy's games when she was in college over at Bethel, and she has grown exponentially not only as a coach, but so I want to start right there, ladies, and kind of give us an idea on how Coach K kind of prepared yourself for this moment in time at Holy Cross. Jordyn, let's start with you.
Yeah, Coach K was one of the best coaches I've ever had. Really made like the transition into college real seamless. Just everything that she did and everything her program's about, just really prepares you for both basketball and just like outside off the court. And then even now, having a relationship with her off the court, I saw her like yesterday. I see her on the weekend sometimes. So it's just a good role model to have.
Grace, what's your take on Chris?
All of her intentions she takes into coaching really just form you as a basketball player and as a person when you go to the next level. I mean, learning from her and the offensive defensive skills I've like progressed coming into college from high school has been amazing. And every single day when you walk onto that court at Penn, you have to come to compete, and she holds such a high expectation for everybody. So transitioning into college, I give a lot of credit to her.
The senior class and the junior class at Holy Cross College here at Notre Dame has completely transformed the women's basketball program. We've been the voice, Regional Radio Sports has been the voice of Holy Cross since the beginning, and we've had a chance to see this program grow exponentially under Tom. So I want you guys to go back, if you will. Grace, let's talk about the decision to come to Holy Cross. Jordyn, I'm going to throw that same question at you. What went into the decision, staying locally? Was it because you wanted to see family? Grace, for you, why Holy Cross?
Yeah, my decision was made late into my senior year, and I wasn't honestly sure if I was going to continue my basketball career going into college, and I wasn't really communicating a lot with coaches that were interested in me, and Coach Robbins reached out to my entire family, and so they heard about Holy Cross, and they really wanted to check it out, so we did a tour, and we toured the entire campus, and then we came into the File Center, and that really shifted my entire mindset of playing basketball in college. And I met the girls and I met the coach, and I could just tell how dedicated he was to the program, and the girls were amazing. And we had a meeting after that, and his just like how much I could already see how he cared about the program and his players. And after that meeting, I shifted my entire mindset, and I was ready to commit to Holy Cross just by seeing like how kind he was and how serious he was about growing this program. So that really, like, meeting with him and meeting the girls shifted my entire mindset, and I was ready to commit to Holy Cross.
So is it simple as flipping a switch?
Mm-hmm, pretty much, yes.
Every team in the Chicagoland Collegiate Athletic Conference would tell me right now, I wish that switch was broken because you transformed it. All kidding aside, Jordyn, for you, your thoughts on why Holy Cross?
Yeah, it was really Coach Robbins and the girls that really just like secured my decision.
Sure.
Coach Robbins was really excited about the program. He was excited about building it. He was, I think, like his second or third year maybe on the program, but was just like real excited about building the program, and met the girls, and they were all like really nice, and they were still honest, and just helped me off the court, on the court, what things would be like here, and especially like being close to home. Like I still have like younger siblings, and I wanted to go to their games and be around, and so just I could really imagine myself here, especially with like the small school community as well as like Notre Dame. And so just like building connections here, I thought would really help me out.
All right. You guys have had an impact on the entire team, but I'd like for you from the juniors' perspective. We were fortunate to be able to talk with Laura Morris earlier today and Eva Longhofer. And I'd like for you to tell me what those two gals specifically have meant to you and helping you and welcoming you during your time here at college.
Yeah, they're both like our best friends now, so just like it's crazy how far we've come, in just like the only 2-3 years of knowing them. But just like they made this transition real easy too, like real comfortable on the court. getting to know each other. There's no sense of like seniority and like freshmen coming in. It's just like all one team, all here to play. So they really helped us in that way, and just like coming into a program, we all wanted to make like an immediate impact. So I think like we all really started on that and really tried to like change the culture into more of like a winning atmosphere and more competitive that way.
Grace, what's your take on those two seniors?
They've been so awesome for me coming into Holy Cross. I remember Laura Morris was the first person I talked to coming into the gym and meeting everybody, and she was always so welcoming. And Neva and Lauren do a great job of balancing like a fun environment while also getting the work done. And they have hosted like so many team bondings and are just making sure the team is really connected on and off the court, which I think has really helped with our success.
Give us an idea as you guys look over the landscape of the Chicagoland Collegiate Athletic Conference. Holy Cross is no longer a team that a coach will look at this schedule and say, okay, Holy Cross, that's a win. They can mark that mindset totally off their mindset. So, Gracie, let me start with you on that one. You guys have changed everything. Everybody knows they better bring their A game now when they take on the Saints of Holy Cross College. So, what's your take on that mindset that your opponents have got to deal with now?
I think coming from a very successful program in high school, we are kind of just ready to like be respected and make sure we're bringing work to the court on and off the court, and practices make sure we're putting all of our intensity and competitiveness in so that we are taken seriously in the conference and that we are ready for those tough games. And I think that's just really important coming in from freshman year now into junior year and making sure that we keep that level of aggression and competitiveness.
One thing about it, Jordyn, I remember your first college game I was fortunate to do here at home. Had a chance to broadcast, and then here I am. I put myself fast forward and watching how much you've grown, not only in your decision making, but also your ability to do so many other things. So I've always felt that you were the quarterback of this team, if you will. If you don't mind me stealing a football analogy, but your ability to distribute the basketball as well as just make basketball decisions. I always felt that the game, as you've gotten older, pardon this expression, it's kind of slowed down for you mentally because you see the floor so much better than you did. You're making an outlet pass. You may take a little bit off of it now, whereas maybe you're in your freshman year. Next thing you know, that's a fastball coming down the floor. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I think freshman year is really like a learning experience for me.
Sure.
Just transitioning from high school to college, the game was a lot faster. Just like playing with the shot clock, getting the ball up the floor, So I think sophomore year I kind of like settled down and was more confident like in my abilities, and I've always been around the game of basketball, so I think like watching the games really helped me and like just like understanding the game. And then like having a dad as a coach and siblings that play, I think it all just came together for me, and so like I'm getting more and more confident, I feel like, in my abilities, so I just think that really helps.
All right, so let's talk about this roster of Holy Cross College Saints, and as you look at this group, and we'll talk more about your guys' individual accolades here momentarily, but the roster's right in front of you. Who's going to make big plays for this group? Jordyn Smith, tell me about it.
I think, everyone's going to show up and make big plays, but I think like Kayliana coming back is going to make a huge difference, and all of our incoming freshmen, I think, are very like gritty players and really helps us get that like defensive intensity that we're all looking for in the game. So I feel like that's going to be really exciting for the fans to watch this year.
Grace, how about you? Is there somebody on that roster? They've got the unique thing about this whole dynamic is that they have to play against you two guys in practice, so they're automatically going to get better. So who's going to get better by matching up against Grace Adams in practice each and every day?
I guard the bigs in practice, so I can talk about Elizabeth Edmonds and Carly Spreadling. We play each other. We're very competitive. We do all of our post work together, and they get me better every single day. They've got great defense, and it's really fun just to be physical with somebody who matches my height and skill experience. But going to the guards too, like the freshmen coming in, all very, very intense. Like last scrimmage, we were also happy with how intense and competitive they were in our pressing and our plays. So we're really excited just to build that competitiveness.
All right, Grace, last year you averaged about 32 minutes a game, 9 rebounds, and about 15.5 points per game. Now, I know that this is all about team basketball, and those numbers are going to come and go. But let's as Coach Robbins said, hey, listen, I would like for you to play maybe less minutes, or does he want you to play more minutes? Does he want more rebounding? At this point in time, you're almost a double making machine. I don't know what else more he could ask for, but has any of that stuff been part of those discussions with you and Coach?
We have had discussions about expanding my game out of the paint and making sure like I'm getting better with my shooting outside of like the free throw line extended, just so I can give myself a break without being physical every single time I'm trying to score, and so the defenders are forced to come out and guard me and not just like sagging off and letting me shoot, and just making sure I'm strengthening that area of my game.
Last year you were 1 for 5 from three-point range. Is it safe to say that we'd like to see 10, 15, 20, 25 three-point shots from you this year? Is that possible?
Yes, it's definitely possible. I've been working on it. I just have to switch my mindset to shooting. Like when I'm out on the court, I don't even think about the three-point shot. But in scrimmaging and practicing early in preseason, I've been working on just making sure I launch the shot now so I can carry that over into the games.
All right, Jordyn, from your standpoint, taking a look at your numbers, 4 assists in every game, 4 rebounds. You can throw in the fact that you scored 14 points. You shot 38% from three-point range. What impresses me the most is the fact you did all this in 32 minutes a game. Are you comfortable with 32 minutes a game, or would you like to see, hey, maybe if I can get a break here, a break there, maybe I'd like to be more around 28 minutes a game? Or are you just comfortable to say, I'll play 40 if you want me to, Coach? What's that?
I mean, I'll play 40 if he wants me to, like I'll do what the team needs, but really this year I don't really want to focus on like stats I want to improve like my percentages and just do wherever like the team really needs me to be in like whatever area, so just making improvements that way.
When you look at the way teams act when they come into this building, and of course they kind of get enamored by what it looks like and how it is. They get enamored about where they're at. You guys have been pretty successful here at home. Last year, 3 games over 500. What's it like playing here versus playing other teams on the road, Jordyn?
Personally, I just feel like this is like our home, so this is our home court. We're going to defend it and give it our all every single time. And especially I'm lucky because I'm local, so like that's when my whole family comes out every time. And I just feel like extra support here and just always have more energy, I feel like, and really gets us going as a team.
Grace, is it special playing here inside the File Center for you?
Yeah, I love it. I mean, I love seeing familiar faces in the stands, and both my parents get to come out and my siblings occasionally, and just seeing like student life too on the bleachers and supporting us. It's just a really comforting feeling knowing we're here every day practicing and we can translate that into a game.
Grace, let me give you an open-ended question. The Saints are going to have a great year if this happens.
If we learn how to play all quarters to the best of our ability and with intensity and with reminding all of our key goals, that will lead to a successful year.
Jordyn Smith, how about you?
I would say just putting 4 quarters together and no drop-offs.
You guys have had some competitive games with some really good league teams, but one is right across town in IU South Bend. IU Northwest likewise has improved dramatically, and we're going to see great things from them. The balance of the power in the Chicagoland Collegiate Athletic Conference has shifted to Indiana, I think. Mm-hmm. So you've got 2 teams right, if you allow me to use that expression, here in our own backyard that are going to either allow the Saints to win the conference or not allow you to win the conference. So what's it like getting matched up against IU Northwest and IUSB, Jordyn?
Both teams are great teams, so I feel like every single time we play them, we all get fired up, and it's just something that we look forward to, so I feel like this year we're real competitive. I mean, we've really made like great progress, preseason early on, so I feel like this season we're going to have a great season, and we'll be ready for it.
Grace, how about you?
I think all of the teams are great, but we all have new transfers, new players, and it's going to look like a really different season. So it's just going to come down this year to who's ready to be the most intense and competitive when we step out on the floor.
Once again, we thank you for joining us here from Holy Cross College at Notre Dame, Indiana. Thanks to Grace Adams and Jordyn Smith, both products of locally close by Penn High School. Once again, don't forget you can watch Holy Cross men's and women's basketball all season long right here on Regional Radio Sports. For all of us at Regional Radio Sports, for Mia McComish, as well as Tanner Camp, I'm Paul Condry. God bless you all.